It's so great to be on stage with you, Blanka.
Thank you so much.
And today we are here to tell you about our shared joint collaboration between Santander and Ailleron. And as you can see, this shared collaboration is about optimizing customer self-service processes for customer onboarding, where insight into the data, where like understanding the data is really the crucial part.
I suppose let me just start with a very important statement, very important personally to me, right? You cannot manage what you cannot measure, right? So with this in mind, we are looking here at the slide where identity verification conversion rate, KPI, is shown. And you can see that at the beginning of the year, we had some massive decline in that rate, right? So we decided that we need to act fast. We need to make sure that the customers that are going through the process of verification and successfully complete the process, the conversion rate is going up again, right? So we contacted your team in Ailleron, so thank you so much for being open and available to us on this matter. And I suppose together we worked to identify, to pinpoint the issue. So if you want to...
Yeah, and also you used for analysis the Google Analytics, right?
Yes,
yeah, and I would say that yes, that Google Analytics was one of the many data sources. Now we are entering the data part, right? For those who love numbers and like enjoy discovering correlation between them, that was really the fascinating part, like for me. And you need to know that in Santander, identity verification process involves several components. There is Santander workflow orchestration engine, which like trigger the tasks in the process. There is, of course, LiveBank platform, my platform, which provides the front end for mobile devices, for web browsers, collect all of that digital data, collect that data in the required quality, send that data to identity verification engine, and of course serve as an integration layer. And already mentioned identity verification engine. All of that components generate large amount of data with the million of uncorrelated, unmatched data, unmatched records as well. And however, like every record is very important because could contain like really valuable insight into customer verification request. So we had to integrate them into one consistent data set. And we took quite, I would say, standard approach for making data integrated. We built the process for like firstly, extraction the data from these various components, then data cleaning, and finally transforming and merging into integrated data set. Then all of the requests already like described with the many parameters describing them were categorized into those that were positive and into those that were negative or successful, unsuccessful. And finally, we got really clear information about which reasons were the most common. And part of that outcome is presented here. Like the green light, green area is positive outcomes, positive results, and the other areas are unsuccessful or negative. So right now, what we only needed, we needed to implement the improvements in the correct order. And answering the question, what really happened, became quite easy, right? Because we know which reasons are the most common. However, implementing the improvements for such a complex products and such a complex problems require good strategy. You cannot implement all of them at once because then you cannot measure the impact. So we decided to proceed step by step, implementing and measuring one at a time. And as a first task, we took the one with the biggest impact and easiest implementation. And I know it sounds like sort of obvious approach, right? Just taking low-hanging fruit, but what can we say? What can we do? At the end, it really works.
It is right. We did start it with the low-hanging fruit. And I suppose the first thing that we noticed was the fact that the customer needed more time for verification, right? So just it went completely against our personal experience. But I suppose over the years we learned that numbers don't lie. So the first step that we took, we just exceeded that timeout for the customers to be able to take as much time as they need for the photos. Then another aspect was that we noticed was that the photo that the customers were providing us of the ID was really low quality. So like it was that bad that it barely met the standards of the LiveBank standards, right? So that was another quick win, because what we did in LiveBank, we were able to quickly update the instructions and the guidelines for the customers, which gave us another couple of percentage points on our KPIs.
Okay, so let's continue with these quick wins, small changes, right? Even though this one didn't look that way at the beginning. So looking at the customer data, for those who didn't even start this identity verification process, we discovered the growing number of the users having the issue with the access to device camera on the mobile devices. And data also showed us that the issue is like significantly increasing for some specific mobile devices. At the end, we figured out that the root cause was connected to the integration problem for some specific new devices entering the market. And by simple modification in that integration for these, let's say, problematic new devices, we increase our conversion rate by approximately next 3 percentage points. Okay, and this one is quite intriguing, I would say, because people can be really very creative about where they choose to become Santander customer. And like breathtaking landscapes or mountain peaks are not the most surprising places. But at the very end, in any case or in any place, application process must be stable and fast. And we have implemented really a lot of improvements to maintain session stability and speed, also in these unique situations, with more updates still to come.
Did you say mountain peaks? Is there any other places, interesting places that you can share with us that the customers took the photos? I really hope toilet is not going to be one of them.
Yeah, so one time we received for the analysis ID document picture with the car speedometer in the background. And I can say the speed of the car was not really zero. So basically, customer who was doing the onboarding was also like driving car at the same time. And another example is we received a liveness check video made on the edge of the swimming pool, and person was having like wet face, wet hair, and like swimming goggles on the eyes. So I would say like every moment, every place, every situation is really perfect to become Santander customer.
Absolutely, absolutely, I agree. I suppose that only proves how open we have to be and how simple our processes have to be in order for those customers to open the account with us. Right, so on the simplicity, right? In the banking industry, it is really challenging to balance the two, right? The amount of protections and regulations and I don't know, protection against the fraud and everything that comes at us with the simplicity of the process for the customer, right? So it is my main goal to ensure that that balance is in place. So we're definitely going to be working to simplify the process more and more. When it comes to the...
Okay, so yeah, so I would like to thank you, Blanka, for being part of that project. And we have reached our business goals. right? The trends have shifted, and the rate is going up. And if you had to summarize like the key moments or pivotal factors that made that project successful, what would they be?
Well, hold your horses here. There is still loads to do, right? In order to simplify the process, I mean. But absolutely, no, like I am, as I mentioned at the very beginning, very thankful for all the work that was done over the last couple of months and for the work that will be done between our teams. But I suppose when we focus only on the pivotal moments, we definitely need to pinpoint the collaboration. And that was definitely one of the most important bits, that we worked together, that we were available to each other whenever we needed to be. Then the quick identification of the issues due to your tools or the knowledge of using the tools. And then I suppose the quick wins, as I mentioned, extending the timeout, providing the instructions to the customer and the guidelines. And then what else? The technical solutions and the simplification of the process.